Hey, Gritty Kitties. Welcome to another episode of Catty Chats, where we talk to people making things suck less in new and interesting ways. Now, we are still on a brief summer hiatus as we reconfigure and relaunch for season 2. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up and really interesting guests. But while we are on this reorganization and frankly, a little bit of a vacation, we are still going to have some special Catty Chat extras. And in this episode, we were out in Detroit campaigning for Abdul El-Sayed, embedding in that campaign a little bit, and we got to talk to some other interesting folks. This episode features Representative Mejia from New Jersey's 11th District, which is not very far from where I grew up and where my family still lives. And we have a lot of fun with our 9 vibes questions, but we also talked to her a bit about Delaney Hall, all the civil rights violations, human rights violations, and just horrific conditions there and how it might be stopped. Now, this was actually a few days before 3 people died in a week at Delaney Hall. So that's why we don't explicitly discuss it. It was already horrific before that really disastrous week. You don't want to miss also, we're going to be having Catty Chats live a couple of times in August. We just recorded one on the 9th, and that is going to be dropping as a full-length podcast with 2 candidates running to flip red seats blue, one in Nevada, one in central western California. And then on August 30th, we're going to have another Catty Chats live with 2 more candidates. And don't forget that Cat Lady Palooza number 2 is Sunday, September 13th. It is a live stream. It is free, but you got to register to get the link. And we have Cats on a Couch talking about her case against J.D. Vance. We have Katie Fang talking about her case against Todd Blanche and the DOJ over the Epstein files. We have My Cluck Hut talking about how to use your voice when you have a business, and Gwen Levy Music about how to use your voice when you're a singer and you already kind of use your voice. And Latasha Brown, co-founder of Black Voters Matter, and maybe 1 or 2 other special guests. We also have a super cool photo contest that you can enter right now. And if you make the finals, you can get a fun gift basket of Cat Lady Palooza merch and so much more. Go to catladypalooza.com. Go over to Substack because we've got a lot of incredible guest creators and authors and chapter captains who are writing about this election season on the ground, what is important to them, and breaking news from local points of view all over the country. So enjoy this discussion with Representative Mejia. Claws out. Brown. Hey guys, it's Blair from Cat Ladies for America. I am
and
here. Yes, from District 11 in New Jersey, my home state. Okay. We do a little thing called 9 Vibes. What do you have your claws out about?
Ooh, I have my claws out about a president who is so corrupt.
Okay.
Is so corrupt that y'all...
How corrupt is he?
How corrupt is he? Okay, the president in the last few weeks has trafficked the idea of selling access to his tweets.
Yes.
Before anyone sees them, so that his cronies, those who are willing to pay him off, could capitalize on stock trades off of his
not even
political
stock trades.
Oh my gosh.
Like cheap ass betting sites.
Yes.
I said
Oh my
that.
God.
I got a Jersey mouth. I'm so sorry.
Yes, let's go. This is, that right now has me like, overall though, I know that the grift and the corruption cannot continue. The American public is going to also have its claws out, so come on y'all, we got to do it.
Okay, what's your laser pointer? What's this thing that maybe kind of wastes your time but you cannot stop going after it? It can be fun.
Okay, I have to say that whenever I get a little, I get sucked into the spiral, the scroll spiral, and I'm looking at just all of the madness globally, that does kind of suck my energy. I try to turn away. We have to stay focused.
I think a lot of us have that. May I recommend cat videos?
Oh, cat videos
are those, that's a nice thing.
I have 2 bunny rabbits.
Oh, we love our uncatted allies.
Okay.
That's in our hissing statement.
Okay.
This is not a normal 9 Vibes question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Let's go.
I worked in a bagel store in Bergen County, New Jersey in high school, so I got to ask Taylor ham pork roll.
Okay, Taylor ham.
Thank God. Okay, but you're from North Jersey.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I'm like Taylor ham, and also, it's on a roll with salt, pepper, ketchup. and a little bit of hot sauce.
Okay.
Fried egg.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Keep it runny.
I was gonna say I used to fry the
Yes.
egg. More serious now. I now live in Baltimore, but my whole family is in Jersey. We have chapters everywhere, including North Jersey chapter, which is based out of Morris County.
Yay.
And
My
we work.
district.
Yeah.
Hello, Morris County fellow cat people.
Cat ladies, cat daddies, cat
ladies.
folks, and our uncatted allies who vibe with us.
Yes.
So, but I started working a lot on partnering with groups doing rapid response and protests against the ice warehouse near me in downtown Baltimore, but also in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Yeah.
You had a similar situation in Roxbury, and now we have everything related to Delaney Hall that we do not have time to go into now, but everyone watching this will know what is going on, the horrors going on there. I've worked a lot with Ninja and the Sussex Visibility Brigade and the folks protesting at Roxbury. I think we all know that there's nothing the federal government is going to do to help us right now.
Oh no, the federal government taken over by an authoritarian is part of the problem.
Yeah, it is. In fact, and we grew up in New Jersey, so we knew Donald Trump was a crook and a fraud decades ago.
Yes.
But
just as all his contractors that he did not pay
in Atlantic City. Yes, there you go.
There you go.
We can't wait for 2 years for this guy to be out of office. Now, we know that in theory, you guys have rights to visit these people, to help them, in theory, get health inspections, to get their medicine. People are dying.
Yes,
we know
we
this.
have been.
And you guys have gotten into all kinds of trouble with that. What on a state level is realistic? I don't want to paint rainbows for people that aren't realistic. What realistically, and it may vary by state, can state legislators, electeds do to help, whether it's in New Jersey or Maryland or somewhere else entirely, when it comes to just the abuse?
So I can tell you, I have started with the New Jersey delegation and with my colleagues in Congress to be very intentional about documenting medical abuse. Here's the thing, y'all, okay? You have doctors and nurses who are providing health care in these detention centers, woefully understaffed. Okay, so those individuals, in order to keep their licenses, they need to ensure that they're providing adequate care. So members of Congress are going into these detention centers and taking in, watching, and making sure that we're documenting the instances of medical abuse. For example, I've been at Delaney Hall, and I know that individuals who are detained are given a fraction of their diabetes medication. Some of them don't get their medication, whether it's a heart condition, cancer, thyroid, diabetes, all of these conditions that are medically treated before they went into detention are deteriorating because they're not getting their medication in a timely way. They're not getting the prescriptions that they're supposed to have. And so members of Congress are documenting this, submitting names into the record. We are going to hold this administration accountable, because here's the thing. I want you to remember that this administration took a bunch of people who actually had legal status, like TPS, Haitians and Salvadorians, and all of these individuals who had filed for asylum that have been captured at courthouses. That means that if our government is allowed to move the goalpost and turn a group of people who were working towards legal status or even had legal status, if we allow them to move the goalpost on them, we are allowing them to move the goalpost on you. And we cannot allow our government to take a group of people, even if they broke the law, to sentence them to death. Because of it. It is our job to stand up, because if our government could do that to them, our government could do that to you. That's our responsibility.
Can we take away the medical licenses of nurses and doctors who work at these facilities?
Well, in fact, states can ensure that all the appropriate care is actually being given. States and members of Congress can ensure that we are documenting instances in which we think things are not correct. And I think that medical licenses are, in fact, have to be earned and have to be maintained. And I call on every medical professional in these detention centers to work with us to ensure that people are treated with the dignity that they, in fact, deserve.
Why are you here for Abdul? Why should people be voting for Abdul?
Michigan is, I have to admit, my second home. My husband, his family is from Detroit and Hamtramck. Shout out.
All right.
But I have to say, the entire nation is watching this race. The entire nation is counting on Michigan. So we need to send the kind of Democrat that is going to fight for you, that is going to make sure that your interests are first, that is going to, you may not agree on all the issues, but you know that they're going to be an honest broker. You know that they're going to be focused on your family, on your well-being, and not dancing for dollars like others may do. So, Michiganders, you got a job. I know you got this.
And then last but not least, this is a 9 Vibes question. What are you coming back as in your 9th life?
Ooh, well.
We all get 9 lives.
We all get 9 lives. I don't know. I've been kind of running through mine.
It feels like it.
I don't know. I have to say that I feel so in this moment. I'm like 10 toes down on this moment. I know that we are this is like once in a generation kind of moment. We are at the front lines of defending American democracy. We just celebrated our 250th anniversary. But here's the thing, earlier today, someone reminded us that Black people in America were only full citizens in 1966.
Right.
And we know that we had in our nation, we were a nation that used to string up human beings.
Yep.
And have a
still
picnic underneath. That's right. We are a nation in which people sold humans. And we turned away from that level of madness, and we reclaimed the soul of our nation, and generations after that had to fight for equality and equal rights and civil rights, and it is our job to defend democracy. So step on in. I think I'm cool with this life right now.
Okay, she's 10 for cat people. She's 10 beans down.
10 beans down.
10 toe beans down. All right, at the end of every interview, we do a little 1, 2, 3 claws out meow.
Okay.
So I do like a little 1, 2, 3 claws out meow. So we're gonna go.
I got it.
I think you got this. Ready? 1, 2, 3 claw.
Sorry, I was just gonna meow.
I mean,
meow. That was Summer Lee.
1, 2, 3.
Summer Lee with the best claws.
It's not a bunny rabbit thing. It's cat thing. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
My bunny rabbit. Is that okay?
3, 2, 1. Claws out. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Such a great time to meet you.